Mazda MX-5 Miata, on the market for more than 20 years. The British invented a brilliant car, but the Japanese made it relatively reliable, keeping the original idea intact. MINI Cooper S Roadster is on the market for several months now. It's an example of how the British made a cult car, but the Germans made the legend return in style and in variants to suit every need. On the internet, we like all sorts of comparisons and battles, which is why I brought my own private Mazda MX-5 and a test MINI Cooper S Roadster to see if I bought the right car. And I promise you, there will be some burning rubber later on. Both cars are two-seaters. Both have folding roofs. You can order the MX-5 with a soft top, but as it's my only car, I chose the hard top with winter in mind. But even the soft top in the Miata is easier to fold than the one in the Mini. There is an optional electrically assisted version, which I strongly advise. Mazda's cockpit is simple but functional. It's all I need. Mini, on the other hand, well, it's a Mini. There's plenty of everything. The shelf behind the seats is a welcome addition, which leads us to practicality. Packing, even for a weekend trip in the Mazda, requires self-control. You can take only the necessary stuff. Boot in the Mini is about 100 liters bigger, and there is also a ski hatch. Mazda MX-5 is powered by a naturally aspirated 2-liter 160 bhp engine. Now, to get anything out of this engine, you have to rev it really high, but it loves it. The gear change is really short and it requires some force. Now, despite of what some people may say, Mazda MX-5 is not a toy. This is an actual sports car. And then there is the rear-wheel drive, which pushes you out of corners, and it encourages you to take the next corner even faster. It's a great car, this. As far as I can tell, in the MX-5 it feels more quiet with the roof down, because when it's up you hear the diff, which is right behind you, and it's rather noisy. MINI Cooper S Roadster is a different animal altogether. It's like a cock before a fight. There's a lot of show, but also plenty of go. Engine in the Mini may only be a 1.6, but thanks to its twin-scroll turbocharger, it produces 184 brake horsepower. It's also more torquey than the engine in the Mazda. Now, you can specify the Mini with this optional sport button here. It's my favorite button, and in fact it should say growl rather than sport, because when you press it, you get this really nice soundtrack. Hear this? I could do this all day. On a chilly day like today, in the Mini I feel the cool air on my neck more than in the Mazda. Mini is a front-wheel drive car. With this much power going through the front wheels, you are very likely to get some torque steer on uneven surfaces. On paper, the Mini is faster and more sensible than the Mazda. Relatively high driving position is more comfortable in everyday life, and in the Miata you have to learn to get out with dignity. Mini can also be personalized, but gadgets cost a lot of money. MINI Cooper S Roadster prices start around the price of a fully loaded MX-5. So, did I make the right choice buying the MX-5? Of course I did! Mini can't do that!